demanded my husband's affair, baby's family take the child, or I'd involve child protection services. Now I'm the villain in everyone's eyes, but I refuse to clean up their mess. I, 53F, am soon to be divorced from my husband Roger, 47, whom I forgave for his affair. 4 months ago, he came home with a baby. His girlfriend, 22, could no longer handle parenting and brought the baby to him at work, leaving the child there. To the best of Roger's knowledge, she is now in Spain. I allowed Roger to stay in the house on the condition that I didn't have to do anything for the baby. Absolutely nothing. About a month ago, Roger had a heart attack. It didn't kill him, unfortunately for me, but he is now very weak and incapable of doing much for himself. Since he isn't able to care for himself, he also cannot care for the baby or drop the child off and pick them up from daycare. I have been helping out, but I'm done. My own kids are grown, and I have no desire to care for a baby, especially one from my husband's affair. I told Roger that I want a divorce, and then contacted the baby's maternal grandparents. I know the baby's grandfather through friends. I told them they had until Friday to come and get their grandchild, or I would be calling Child Protective Services. They came and took the baby, but scolded me for being so cold toward a child who had done nothing to harm me. I understand their perspective, but I view this child differently. Roger is still recovering, and I will be moving out soon. The house is in his name, and I have never contributed financially to it. Over the years, I saved the equivalent of 22 years of rent and interest, and as per our prenuptial agreement, my savings are entirely my own. I work and don't need anything out of this marriage except to leave. Our kids tried to convince me to stay and help their father. I told them they were welcome to come over and help him with his recovery and the baby themselves. Both declined, which I thought was a fair offer. I don't feel that I am acting badly. However, Roger, our children, the baby's family, and some mutual friends think I am. Perhaps writing this out and reading others' responses will give me some clarity. Update 1 month later. I am no longer divorcing Roger. There were complications from his heart attack, and he has passed away. I feel conflicted. He was the love of my life, but also a cheating piece of trash. To the best of my knowledge, the child's mother will not return from Europe. The child is currently with her parents. They asked me what I wanted to do, and I recommended adoption. Not that I adopt the child, but that they put the child up for adoption. They didn't like that suggestion. Neither did my children. They told me I am being cold and cruel. I suggested that since the child is related to them and not to me, they should step up. Neither of them has accepted that suggestion either. I was the sole beneficiary of Roger's estate, so I imagine lawyers will be involved in ensuring the child receives some sort of support. I will pay whatever the court orders out of the estate, but I will not pay a single cent out of my own money. That is all I have to say on this matter. Second update 3 days later. The girl's parents finally did the right thing and cut her off. I had passed along their contact information to several dozen Redditors who seemed eager to help. Just an email. I did not reveal their identities or even their names. I believe this pressure convinced them to act. They finally got the clue that I would in no way take any responsibility for the child. Between her parents, no longer funding her, and the current climate in Spain against visitors, the child's mother has returned. I have washed my hands of the entire situation. Except for one thing. I have spoken with the lawyers, and I will be splitting some of Roger's estate into 3 parts for the children. My children will get theirs immediately as they are adults. The child's money will be going into a trust with his brother and sister as the trustees. This will take some doing, and as such will mean more money goes to the lawyers. Perhaps Shakespeare was correct with regards to that profession. My children are now less enthusiastic about their young sibling, but that is neither here nor there. They were the ones who insisted I involve myself. If there is anything left when I pass, they can split that between themselves, as I will not be leaving anything to that child.